Hello, it's Brian from Optimized Marketing, and we are going to talk about how to Amazon proof your Culligan dealership. This is something that is extremely important. We have brought this up probably 3 or 4 years now. We've been talking about how Amazon is a big competitor. As a matter of fact, our data shows the biggest competitor in search. If we look across all of our accounts in North America, Amazon comes up often as the first, highest overlap with what keywords we're buying, but if not the first, within definitely the top three. And so this has been several years, 4, 5, 6 years, maybe we can go back that far and say that Amazon has been targeting the same keywords and the same people as we are. So this is not a new thing. This is not, the latest development, but they're getting better and better at it. So it's really important that as you look at your 2021 strategy and moving on, that you have a plan for how do we Amazon proof your business. And part of this is marketing, how we present it, but part of it is also on your end, on your business. What are you actually doing to change and to make sure that you're Amazon proof? Or maybe you already are, and this will just confirm what you're already doing is the right way to proceed. So let's look at a few things. One, and I'm going to go through this quickly just to kind of give you the overview, and we can dig in more later when you have questions. You can't out Amazon. What does that mean? You can't really be product focused because you can always get another Chinese supplier or whatever to give you higher specs, or if it's a camera, more megapixels or more battery life or whatever it happens to be. And we see that in the drinking water systems and in the softeners on Amazon.com right now, right? They got 48,000 grain systems and they got 60,000 grain systems. And, so they just kind of throw out the specs. And so if you're looking at just from that perspective, it's going to be really hard. And I'll show you, for instance, their tankless ROs look pretty solid. So I'll show you that in a second. You can't really have a more convenient purchase. I'll show you that as well. I can go right on Amazon, order the softener, have it here within a couple of days, then choose when I want it installed, prepay for all of it, and have it under $1,000. So that process is going to be really hard to beat. Granted, we don't need to beat that because we're going to give them something different, right? We're going to give them that expert service and testing to make sure we get the right solution. And you can't really create a more trusted brand. Now, this one, it probably kind of hurts a bit, but the reality is Amazon is the most trusted brand in the world, at least in North America, I guess. I can't say the world, but in North America. And the good thing is the brand strategy over the last few years has evolved from just being brand building to now it's a lot of lead gen. And it's really getting in front of people and getting them to make a decision and contact. And I think that has been a great shift because you're just not going to create something that people trust more than Amazon without, I don't know, a few $1 billion worth of advertising maybe. All right, so let's look at a few examples. So this is an RO on Amazon, $230, has financing. So financing is not a unique thing that isn't going to change us compared to Amazon. 1 day delivery on this particular one, depending on where they are. Almost 1,200 reviews, very high star rating. I mean, it's right in a sweet spot, like 4.6 is where you want it. Free returns. I mean, this is well presented. And it shows right here if you order, it could be here tomorrow. Payment plans right up there, built right in. I mean, it's just super simple. This is one of, there's actually several. Like you can see up here, they're advertising for a 500 gallon a day tankless system. Right down here is a 400 gallon per day tankless system. Almost 1,500 reviews, phenomenal ratings, $300 is all this costs. It can be here within a couple of days. So they got videos and stuff on it. You can schedule the filters to automatically be delivered to you every however often you need them, 6 months, a year, whatever. So very convenient. I'm not pointing this out to scare you. Like you need to know what's out there. We need to know what's out there. We need to be prepared to address it because by far Amazon's the biggest competitor that we have, and it's only going to get bigger, and they're only going to get better at this. So I just want to show you from a product perspective, it's going to be hard to outdo this in terms of more gallons per day or better TDS reduction or whatever specs you're going to try and do. On the softener side, this is where it gets really interesting, right? Because we have here the expert replacement installation. So that means you already have a unit just replacing it. Obviously, it's going to be more if it's a new install, but that's pretty significant that I can, for $1,000, get highly rated, 300 reviews, software installed, taken care of, replaced. I mean, that's a pretty convenient setup there. Down here, there's advertising, which I just point that out because we can actually compete against Amazon. You really can't do it on a local level. It has to be more of a national thing. but you can actually run ads on Amazon to get people thinking about your products if you're willing to sell them. And again, that installation. So what can we do differently, right? Warren Buffett talks about investing in companies that have a moat, something that somebody can't easily break down. And there's a few here. One, there's a guarantee. Point that out just because when you're dealing with something as important as the safety and security of your water for your family, that guarantee makes you feel really good. And we don't get that many people that uptake on, returns on it. And it's something that Amazon isn't doing now. They may do in the future, though. That one I would say is not something that we can say they're never going to be able to offer. The Halo product, so that one's interesting, right? If we can say you have bottled water at every tap, this is why they have the Corvettes prominently at a GM dealership, at a Chevy dealership, even though most people aren't, they're going in to buy sedans and other things. It just shows what they're capable of. And that sort of Halo product that says, hey, we can give you bottled water, not just under your sink, but at every tap, not because a ton of people are going to uptake on it, but it just shows the skill and the capabilities of Culligan that you have that level of technology for customers. But the reality is, it's got to be something more specific. And that is what we would call a better water subscription. And that word's important, right? That using that word instead of rental. Because a rental, what do people say in rental? Oh, I'm just throwing my money away. Right? That's kind of a pretty default method, particularly somebody that's savvy, higher income, or into luxury, those types of things. So subscription is something I'm more used to. So using that terminology. So what are we saying with that? It's really a few different points. One is convenience. You're getting that better water, but it's off that honey-do list forever, right? You're giving them something, the parts, the labor, the service, everything is included. And so that's something Amazon's never going to be able to compete with, right? 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that's something Culligan can do that they cannot. And neither can the big box. So this is really presenting your business model, your solution to people as an all-in better water, right? Whatever it takes, better water with a flat price. Okay, the other one is the security. So this means I'm worried about the drinking water. I'm putting it into my baby's bottles when I mix formulas or into my body or these types of things. I want to know that I'm getting the right thing. And Amazon isn't going to be able to do a great job of making me feel that's the case. Those reviews kind of do, but it's still not the same as, okay, did anybody actually go and test the water? Are they sure it's treated properly and all these types of things? So, that's another thing that we can offer. And of course, what's my time worth? And I think on a luxury product, and if you're like, whoa, wait a sec, Culligan, I'm not a luxury product, I'm in a blue collar area and whatever. I mean, just look at your pricing. If your installation with a unit is more than $1,000, let's say at least twice as much as if it's $2,000, $3,000, by definition, you're a luxury product compared to what else is out there, right? So you may have a lot of blue collar workers, but they are investing in a premium luxury product, and that means you have to address what's important to these people, and often that is time, right? My time to troubleshoot fixing an appliance is worth way more spending time with my children or on my business or those types of things. And so that's really what is important here with this better water subscription, that you're taking care of everything, so they're not investing time in troubleshooting and testing water and installation, changing filters and all the things, even delivering salt, right? Some of our customers are now doing, and you should definitely consider this, a flat rate including the salt delivery. So there's really nothing they have to consider. They don't have to think about anything. Here's the price. It's $49 a month, $59 a month, $69 a month, whatever it is, but that's all in. It's done. It's off that honey-do list forever. You ever have an issue, you just talk to Culligan. And I think that is a good formula for what we can do to outperform Amazon, because we can't beat them at their own game. It's never going to happen. So we have to know what we can do that they can't, and this is it. It's providing that service. So just to summarize that, the goal is just to show that we're different, right? But it's only in the front end. So once we get into people's homes, we can talk about, hey, this subscription is just simple, right? We can put it in marketing. They understand the language. They understand what it means. Everything's included. I don't have to have a really super long explanation of what we mean by that subscription. And so that's why that wording is really powerful. But then when you're talking to consumers, you can present the financing, the purchase, all the different options. This is not about, hey, you're going to do more rentals or do more subscriptions than you currently do. It's just a matter of how do we differentiate against the top competitor and start creating that moat, so that when people associate with Culligan, they know they're getting that service, because Amazon's going to get better. We need to get better along the same at the same time, but in a completely different direction. So hope this video was helpful. Let us know what questions you have, and if you're open to starting to test some of this language in your marketing on your website. Thanks and take care.